everyone, welcome back on my channel. Today we'll see one new use case that used in the real-time projects. Okay, so the scenario is like if we have one client and the client have the data of cells and the date. Okay, so particular month cells, year cells, like that. Okay, so client's requirement is like they want to see the data as per the for current month, what is my first 5 days sales, what is my second 10 days sales, and what is my 15 days sales. Okay, so if we want to show this 5 days sale, 10 days sale, and 15 days sales for particular month, then how we can show to the customer. So let's see it in detail in this video. Okay, so for calculating the measures for this use case, we need calculate and selected value function so that we can switch between the title as per the filter. Okay, so let's understand what is calculate and selected value function is. So the selected value is the function that returns the value when the context for column name has been filtered down to one distinct value only. Okay, otherwise it returns the alternate result. So it basically it works like if else condition. So if we are giving the one condition in F, then it will search for that condition. If that condition is not true, then it will go for the other condition. So it is like true and false binary condition. Okay, then the selected value syntax is like selected value, first column name, and the alternate result, whatever we want to show as an alternate result. Okay, so this is the selected value function. We'll see how to use it in Power BI in the further video. And then we have the calculate function. So as I discussed previous also, so this evaluates an expression in the modified filter context. Okay, so for changing the filter context, we use calculate function, and the syntax for calculate function is calculate expression then the filter. We can use any number of filter in the calculate function. Okay, so let's see the data in Power BI. Okay, so here I have just created this data set. So here I'm taking the date column and the user ID. Okay, and then I have created this filter for showing the first 5 days, first 10 days, and first 15 days and 20 days. Okay, so this data, let's assume we have the data of one company and they want to know about their uh, how many users are logging on their portal, on their websites, we can say, and they want to analyze the traffic of that website. Okay, so then in that case, they wants to know about every day. So they wants to know about first 5 days, first 10 days, and first 15 and 20 days. Okay, so in that scenario we need to create one disconnected table for creating the dynamic filter. I'll show you just. So in this way we can create the disconnected table. So we have the option for entering the data in Power BI. So in the home tab we have this enter data option. After clicking over there, we can just add how many columns we need, how many data points we need. We can just add and we can just create one table if, from this enter data option. Okay, then we just need to load the data. We can edit that data also. Okay, so I have just created the data as I shown now. So I have added the days column, and in the days column I have just added the 5, 10, 15, and 20 as numbers. Okay, and then I have just added the sequence of for these numbers in the second column. Okay, for sorting this according to the sequence. Okay, so this is called as a disconnected table. Okay, so after creating that table, I have just added that dates from that disconnected table to the filter. This is the filter. So we can take this slicer, and in this slicer we can add that days column. Okay, then this is the title. So this is the dynamic title. So if I will select this 5 from this filter, so it will show first 5 days, and this graph will also change for the first 5 days. So if we have the data of November month and the customer wants to see the first 5 days from the November and how many users are logging in the first 5 days. Okay, so here they can see from 1st November to 5th November, they can see the data. Okay, and we can just see the dynamic title. Okay, so as I selected 5, here I'm seeing the first 5 days. As I select the 10, so I will just see the first 10 days. Okay. So how we can calculate this? Just I will just show you one measure. So this is the calculation for dynamic title. So by using the variables index and the selected value and the switch function, I have created this. So here variable a equals to the first. Okay, so title is the name of that column. So equals to, I have created the one variable giving the name as a, and here I am rewriting the first as a string. Okay, then I am writing the variable b as a days. It is also the string. Okay, so that I can get first 5 days. That two strings and one number here. Okay, so then I am returning the values in switch. So switch function is also works like the if else condition. So switch also giving us the true or false like that. Okay. So in this switch I'm writing the selected value function. So select in the selected value I'm giving this days column from the disconnected table. So this is the disconnected table. Here I have the days column, and in that days column I have that sequence 5, 10, 20, and 15. Okay. So in from this column, if there is 5 number is selected, then I get this. So this variable a concatenates with the 5 number, this 5 number, and then the b variable. Okay. So it is like this a will give me the first this string, then this 5 is the number, and then this is the days as a b. So if I will just concatenate this a 5 and b, it will give me the first 5 days. Okay, and then same I have did selected value days equals to 10, then I need to see the first 10 days as the title. If I select the 15 from the filter, I need to see the data as first 15 days, and the same for the 20. Okay, and this is the condition here we are writing. Okay, so this is the first condition, and if I'm not selecting anything from that filter, so what I will able to see is total days. Okay, this is the else condition, alternate result we can say. So here we need to give the one alternate result in selected value function. Okay, so in this way we can just calculate this measure, and then we can just add that measure here by selecting from here, or by only dragging and dropping in this field section. We can just see this here. Okay, so now I have not selected anything from this filter, so here I am able to see the total days, that is the alternate result. If I will select this 5, then I will just able to see the first 5 days. If I will select the 10, then first 10 days like that. Okay, and then we just need to calculate one dynamic axis, so that we can just show that particular days as per the slicer. Okay, so here also I have just created the variables. So in the first variable I have just given the name as select cell val equals to selected value dynamic axis base. Okay, so we just need to switch this graph as per this filter. Okay, so just this filter, as per this filter we just need to show the graph. Okay, so in this calculation, selected value dynamic axis days. So the dynamic axis is the table name and this is the column name. So if this selected value, so I'm giving the selected value calculation in the variable 1. Then in the second variable, I have just calculated the max date of the from the data. This is the table name and this is the date. Then I have just calculated the, then I have just created the other another variable. So here I'm just giving the start date. So start date I'm calculating as a date add is the function by using the date add. So this date add function gives us the particular interval of time and the result. Okay, so from this date column, whatever answer this variable cell val will return, that we need to show here. So if we are selecting the 5 from that filter, then here it will consider the minus 5 days. Okay, whatever value, if we will select the 10, then it will consider the selected value as 10. Okay, so it is like the dynamic, it will work dynamically. Okay, then we are just returning the calculate sum of user id, dates between sales data date and max date and start date. Okay, so dates between returns is the one particular time interval and the date. So here in the dates between, we are just giving the date and the max date and the start date. So it will give just the date between the max and start date. Okay, so in this way we can just calculate the dynamic axis, and then we just needs to drag that field in the visual. Okay, so in the x-axis I'm taking the date from this data, and in the second y-axis I'm just taking this dynamic axis. Okay, so in this way we can just create this dynamic filter and dynamic visual selection as per the dynamic slicer. Okay, so for this thing we just needs to create the disconnected table. This is the main requirement, we just need to do the same. Okay, if you want to learn Power BI, then please don't miss to subscribe my channel and press the bell icon so that you can receive the notification of my upcoming videos. Until that, take care, bye bye. Thank you for watching this video.